What's up guys, it's MD Shady and today we're going to the Canadian National Exhibition to do a Funko Pop hunt, so let's get to it. Alright guys, so we've made it inside of the Canadian National Exhibition. We are currently in the International Building, I believe, but once we get to the Arts and Crafts booth, that's where we'll see booths like Retrofest, which you guys have seen before, as well as I've heard that My Pops is actually here today, so hopefully we can find that booth because there'll be a ton to look at. So I showed these off last year, but I figured I'd show them off again where we have these little terrariums of Pokemon figures, but if you look here, you can see that these four are actually Funko Pops from, I believe it's the Pokemon Advent Calendar. So there you have Ponyta, as well as Caterpie, the Pichu, as well as Rattata, and then there's some more back there. There's a Charizard, as well as an Arcanine. So it's cool that they used the actual figures of the Advent Calendar, the Funko Pop ones, rather than just like, let's say, with this Totodile, where it is just like a Tomy Pokemon figure. So as we make our way through this building, I actually found a familiar face in Darnum Collectibles. This is awesome. Definitely gonna go check out that booth. And now we are in the Darnum Collectibles booth, and as you guys see, there is a ton of wrestling figures. We know this as we see the Darnum booth at all the toy shows that we go to for the most part. And here is the display of Funko Pops they have here. Let's see what they have. We have some Pop albums right there. The Alice Cooper one is pretty sweet, as well as the Cure. Then we have some anime stuff, some Inuyasha Pops that I actually haven't seen in person before. We have the Tasmanian Devil, but I do have that Pop. Going down low, it looks like we have some My Hero Academia stuff and some more random stuff down here with Boba. We do have a bunch of Pokemon Pops here. Nothing that I think I really need for my collection right now, but it's cool to see a ton there. And then it looks like down low we do have some Marvel with some X-Men stuff. That Rogue is really cool. We have the OG Spider-Man right there. That's pretty neat. George Jetson, which I do have, and it looks like some of the new Wizard of Oz Pops as well as the new wave of the TMNT figures. And something I just noticed over here is that we do have the new wave of the Yu-Gi-Oh Pops, which I don't have all these Pops yet, and at 15 bucks a piece, that's not a bad price. I might have to come back here to pick those up. And of course, gotta show off the Gremlins with that Gizmo figure right there. I need one of those for the collection. Will today be the day? Quite possibly. And now moving over to this next booth, it looks like Funko Pops are 3 for 40 bucks. So not a terrible deal there. Let's see what they have here, which it looks like they actually have quite a bit of stuff. It looks like a bunch of Marvel right here for the most part. Yeah, that's a ton of Marvel right there. It looks like we do have some ad icons and stuff. There is the Dum Dums Drumman, which I don't have yet. Fruit Pie the Magician, I don't think I have either, so that might be a pickup today. King Ding Dong's really cool, as well as Birdie the Early Bird. Looks like we have some of the Shazam Pops. What else do we have here? It looks like this section's probably movies, so let's do a scan over of what they have here. I see the Mugatu right there. That's pretty sweet. The Count Dracula. I don't think I've actually seen that Pop in person. I'm guessing it's probably not the Chase. No, I believe there is a Chase for that Pop though. Moving up, I see Tiffany there. We got Super Shredder. There's Razor up there as well. There's actually a second one. And then moving on to this side of the booth, it looks like we do have some Star Wars Pops. There's a Porg, always cool. Max Rebo is awesome. The Snowman Stormtrooper, that's a funny one. Krishantin right there, that's awesome. As well as Kid Fistu. There's one you don't see very often. There is an $80 price tag on that. Some more newer Star Wars stuff all the way down to the bottom. But then down here, we do have some Mickey Mouse with the Halloween one, the Firefighter Mickey, the Conductor Mickey, and the Apprentice Mickey. Then we have the Neighbor right there. And then moving on over here, it looks like we do have some animation, which is really cool. I see Perfect Cell down there. There's Rocky as well. So here's a little sneak peek of a bag, because I did purchase some Pops from that last booth, and I'm gonna have to check prices, but I think I got an absolute steal today. We'll check it out later when we get back. Now it looks like I found another booth that seems to have a ton of Pops. Is this My Pops? I don't think so, but this is definitely a booth that has a ton. We got some 10-inch Pops up there, some Masters of the Universe. We have that silver Bulbasaur right there, and it looks like a ton of Marvel. There's a ton of Pops in here. It looks like we have a bunch of the Overwatch Pops right there, and then some of the new Shrek Pops. Gingy and Puss in Boots are really cool. Princess Fiona, Shrek himself, and then the glitter version of Donkey, that's really cool. A bunch of Naruto Pops right there, and it looks like we have a whole section of Disney stuff right there. It looks like some Nightmare Before Christmas right there, some Toy Story, some Incredibles as well. And then down low, it looks like this is a total mix of different stuff. I do see the alien as Wally right there, as well as the alien as Russell. And then I do see some Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man as well. Great pop, I love that. So happy that we got that. Down low, we do have some ad icons. We got Jeffrey as well as Jeffrey as Iron Man and Jeffrey as Batman, Superman, the Slytherin, as well as Robin. And then I noticed here that we do have some Simpsons pops, and I do have all of these pops here, but I do see this glowing Mr. Burns, and it is priced for $75. So does that mean... Yes, it is the Glow Chase, but like I said, I do have that as well. Another thing I just noticed down here as well is we do have the Funko Mini Moments of The Office with Michael Scott, and this is the Chase version, so does that mean... Yeah, it's hard to tell, but he definitely does have the mustache. That's really cool. And then here's another section. It looks like a bunch of Game of Thrones pops there, I think. And then it looks like we do have a mixture right here, but let's get out of there. So bye, Mr. Narwhal. And then in this section, it looks like we do have a bunch of 6-inch pops as well as deluxe pops as well. There's that Deadpool. That's so cool to see in person like that. Looks like we do have the Scorched Xenomorph as well as some of the like Shawarma Avenger sets. That's really cool. Haven't seen those in person actually, so that's cool to see. And some more random stuff. There is the Pharaoh Atem from Yu-Gi-Oh! But me and DK both have that. There is that god-awful street art Miles Morales. That's interesting to see. And it looks like we do have a chase down here as well of the Immortal Hulk. And then behind here, it looks like we do have some more expensive pops. There is the Glow Chase Iron Man from the Midnight Suns. That's really cool. But one thing that I'm noticing right here is my top one when it comes to Funko Pops. There is the SpongeBob Leonardo as well as the Plankton Shredder right there. 1,800 bucks. One day I will buy this. Such a great pop. And something else that I just noticed at the top here is we do have a couple of the Buzz Lightyears, the glow in the dark, as well as the San Diego Comic-Con limited to 360 pieces. That's really cool to see. And then we do have the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Steve right there for 400. That's definitely a big one on my list. And there is the Captain Rex with the New York Comic-Con sticker. That is 1,150 bucks. Really cool, but I did get that pop from DK as a birthday gift, so that was really awesome. And we do have a signed Darth Maul right there as well. And then I didn't even notice, but there is the Robin to go along with that Steve. All right, guys, so I just made a huge purchase. I'll show you guys when I get back to the house, but I got a pretty good deal on it, but it was quite a bit of money, so we're gonna have to kind of limit the spending, but we still have the My Pops booth as well as Retro Festive to get to, so we'll probably spend some money there as well. All right, so we made it to the Retro Festive booth, and it looks like they do have a deal, 2 for $30 or 3 for $42 on pops that are $17, and it looks like they do have some pretty cool stuff here. We do see the Baby Animal, which I do have. Celia is really cool. Sleepy, and then also Stinky Pete for 20 bucks is not a bad deal. And up at the top here, I am seeing Satan from South Park, as well as the new Snap, Crackle, and Pop set. I want that, but I don't know if I need it because I do have the original. And then down here I do see the 2 Ren and Stimpy Pops for the Space Madness, where we actually talked about that on the Nickelodeon podcast. If you haven't watched that podcast yet, definitely go take a look at it. Some South Park stuff. We do have the Timmy and Gobbles, which is awesome, as well as the Creeper from Minecraft. That's a pop that you don't really see that often. I don't even know if I've ever seen that in person. And then down here for the first time, I am actually seeing the Schoolhouse Rock Pops. Those are so cool. And now we've made it to the ad icons section, where we do have the 90s Coca-Cola Bear, the Coca-Cola Santa. We do have the Jackbox there, which I don't have that pop in. I may need to grab it, as well as the newer Cornelius, the Diggum Frog from Summer Convention this year. And then some Foodies Pops there. It looks like we have some McDonald's Pops as well. Some more of the Foodies. Down here we have an MTV Moon Person. The Music Television, that's pretty cool. The Etch-a-Sketch is awesome. Simon over here. It looks like we do have some Barbie Pops as well. I do really like that sticker. And then it looks like down low we do have some sports pops, Vladdy, Boba Fett, some more Toronto Raptors pops, Michael Jackson down below. And then it looks like some more Pop Rocks down here, and then some Parks and Rec, as well as some WWE at the bottom. And of course, every year, Retro Festive always has a ton of Funko sodas in stock. Oh, do I grab any today? I don't know. We don't really have anything planned as terms to Funko soda openings, but maybe we will have to get something going sometime soon, and maybe it could be the start with something like the Grinch there, which is an awesome soda. And then right over here, I found a section of chases where we do have Steve Urkel chase, which I did find actually in the wild, which is awesome. Guy Lafleur right there. We have 11 from Stranger Things. I do not have that pop, so maybe today Alex Trebek as well. And then it looks like that comes to the end for the chases.